Coming to you live from my apartment. It's Rob Has a Podcast. And now here's a guy who is not too proud to eat an hors d'oeuvre off of Keanu's butt. I'm Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to RHAP Wednesday night. And we got a supersized episode to talk about here tonight with our panel. Let me welcome, for the first time here in BB27, of course, a man of many podcasting talents, including the beloved pod friends. Here he is. It's Matt Scott. Matt, how are you?
Hello, Rob. I'm thrilled to be here for a 90-minute extended episode.
Extended, yes.
Yeah, there were going to be way too many egg puns tonight, but here we are.
Okay, well, great to have you here with us. And also, what a pleasure to welcome back in fan favorite, Kirsten MacInnis.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here to express my views, have a shell of a time, and hopefully crack everybody up.
Crack everybody up. Yeah, that's what we're going to do here as we talk everything through from a Wednesday night. We gave Taran a mental health break for tonight.
Listen, he's been scrambled.
He's been going through it. And so he said, okay, Taran, take the night tonight on Wednesday. Come back tomorrow night. We got a great show planned. Taran and I will be live with BB26's Angela.
Ooh.
And yeah, I guess that's the only
on
thing
the
that's
eviction
wrong.
recap.
Only thing that's wrong today, Rob, is I'm here today instead of tomorrow with her. It should have been me.
Yes.
I was going to say, bring Angela in. Angela, if you're listening, just show up. There's still time. You could pull a two-nighter. I don't know if that's a thing, Rob.
Yeah, a double header.
Yeah.
I'm not a sports person.
All right. Well,
Big brother.
That's for tomorrow. We're going to have a great time here tonight. Of course, the Wednesday night BB recap here on RHAP is sponsored by our friends over at Manta Sleep, maker of so many fine products to help you fall asleep. That's not what this episode of Big Brother is going to do to you. Of course, at Manta Sleep, you can get 10% off with promo code RHAP27. Okay, so this was an episode tonight where we spent a lot of time on the punishments and, some different fights that were going on. But honestly, I feel like that we did not spend a lot of time on the big headline of the night, which was that Zach did not use this power. And they kind of it got mentioned early on and then again towards the end. And I guess the issue was he didn't really have anybody to talk about it with other than the diary room. Matt, your reaction to Zach keeping the BB buyout?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Some might say idiotic. I wouldn't because I'm too nice for that. But it's ridiculous. And it was so funny because watching the episode, we had about 2.5 minutes left until they confirmed that he wasn't using his power. I think that it's hilarious, though, that the one other reference we get to this was the fact that Zach refused to give Ava the $10,000, which, maybe that's a $10,000 mistake.
All right, this is a good question. Now, Kirsten, if you had this power, okay, and part of this power was that you had to give somebody that you were not happy with $10,000 in order to use it, would you let spite stop you from taking yourself off of the block?
See, here's the thing. Maybe I do a lot of things because of spite.
See, that's why I went to you. Matt Scott would be like, no, I would never do that. But that's why I went to you for that question.
I've never heard of that. No, see, the thing is that spite can be such a powerful motivator. Comma, but.
Oh, wow.
What is going to spite that person more than they leave with your $10,000, but you win $750,000?
Yeah.
That's more. So, sometimes being the bigger person, taking the high road, you win more. And that's even more spiteful.
Yeah, I just think,
the spite thing.
Matt, that was not part of our calculus that Zach was angry with Ava, and that was part of it. And I just thought that was interesting that was in his thinking in the diary room. That's not what he ultimately says at the end of the episode. He ends up landing on, well, I couldn't take myself off the block because then Morgan would have gone up. But are we really expecting us to believe that had Zach won the power of veto, would he not have used it on himself?
No, there weren't enough eggs in his basket, so to speak, Rob. Like he was kind of losing it financially. Like I kind of see a problem here. I don't get spite, but I do get finances. The numbers don't lie. He might be costing himself a chance at $750,000, or at least the money is going to get paid every single week if he's in jury. So it's just ridiculous. But this is one reason I love this season, because we're getting horrible gameplay. And I love that about Big Brother. That's why I'm here, for the horrible gameplay.
Yeah, it's just such a bad decision. And Kirsten, are we really supposed to believe that Zach cares about Morgan now?
I mean, they haven't done a good job of making it seem like he cares whether she lives or dies. I have to be honest, let alone whether she's in the house or not. But I think it's like you get the one quote about spite at the start of the episode, and then you can tell production is trying to tell the story of, if the veto is used, Morgan will go up as a replacement nom. Because, which I won't get into until later, the actual votes are so up in the air. I think it's hard for them to come up with a different cohesive story to tell. And so then when he doesn't use the power, it's kind of like, yeah, and who would have gone up if you had used the power? It's like, Morgan would have gone up. It's like, okay, yeah, close enough. That makes it seem like he cares.
Yeah, and it's just the tough thing is he didn't have anybody to talk about it. We didn't get anybody laughing at him in the diary room, like, stupid idiot, didn't use his power. You know, the closest we get is like clips of Taran saying that, and we don't get anybody gloating.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Like, normally when something truly idiotic happens on this show, we at least get someone laughing at them, but nobody knew until after. And then after he told Morgan, and she's not going to laugh at him. She's like, thank you. You saved my life.
Right.
But I'm a little confused. You know, there's the diary room, Rob. That's a great place to talk about the powers that you might have, for them to ask you questions about. Like, there could have been so much more here. Like, we got a little bit toward the start of the episode, a little bit the end, and that was it. Like, I wanted more, but I was okay with it because I like the mess. I like the punishments. I love all of that. But yeah, I was a little confused still. I feel like they always find a way to like pull these things out. So I guess Big Brother had other priorities this episode. Like
less Zach in the DR is a good thing.
Less
that
Zach
man
in
is
the DR.
too loud.
Yes, he does seem like a nice
valid.
enough guy. He got a good edit with the punishment. Him and Rachel seem to be having a jolly old time for a while doing their punishment together.
Yeah, body's tea. But
body is tea.
Yeah.
Yes, he got Will a trip to London. So, I mean, on the surface, he does seem like a nice enough guy. I think that,
Sure.
he's easy to root for when he's not making incredibly dumb decisions.
I would
It
love
depends
him on
what
Love
you root
Island.
for. Oh,
Yeah.
get him on Love Island. Yes.
But he's not allowed
We'll
to
root
kiss
for
a
him
girl
there.
or his mom would murder him. So maybe that's not the best fit.
Is that true? Even if Lauren wanted to kiss him?
I mean, I think he said in the preseason, my mom said no showmances. If I kiss someone, she'll murder me. That's verbatim.
And also, his boss told him, don't be a simp.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now,
Maybe this-
Kirsten, when your boss tells you don't be a simp, does that include not using your power to save yourself off the block so that a woman that you are like is sort of like your second most flirtatious person in the house doesn't go up on the block? Is that simp behavior?
I think
That's
you're
simp
onto
adjacent.
something. That
Yeah.
it's at the very least simp adjacent.
If that really is the reason I didn't want Morgan to go up on the block, then I think we have entered, some simp territory.
We have
That
cracked
is
this
simp
case
territory.
wide open.
Yeah. Zach should go to HR. And also, I wonder if his mom's kissing rules apply all the way in Fiji. Like maybe there's some international
Different
rule
area
around that.
codes.
Different continent.
Yeah, different area.
Yeah.
Definitely different area codes.
So one of the other highlights of the episode certainly was the feud between Morgan and Rachel in the diary room. And this has been going on for some time about how Rachel, is she going to go to jury, and wouldn't she be great on the jury? And we've never really heard this kind of talk on other seasons of picking who should be the foreperson of the jury. Maybe a little bit on Survivor, you hear a little bit more about that. But okay, who should go to jury? And we see clips of Morgan and the melting pot talking about this thing. And it gets back to Rachel. And we have Rachel having that confrontation, which was pretty exciting. Kirsten, is there a charitable read of this that Rachel is playing 4D chess to get Morgan then to go back to Catherine to try to get Morgan up on the block and get her to use the veto?
I mean, you definitely could see it that way. You could also see it as Rachel's had enough of this talk, and perhaps by berating Morgan, she will stop talking like that. But also, she's just being Rachel. That's why we love her. Like, this is why I've heard people all week long talking, oh, this was such bad game from Rachel, that she should hold it inside. Is this the same Rachel Riley we saw in Big Brother 12 and Big Brother 13? I don't want her holding anything inside. Put it in the book. Let it out. I'm begging. Yell more. I don't, what do you mean?
But this is why we love Rachel, because in one moment we get her blowing herself up. I don't know what the verb of that would be. But she's blowing herself up with Zach, and then blowing up with Morgan. It's perfect because she can't help it. But I also wonder, did they put all these horrible players in the house just to help Rachel out? That's my theory.
It's not helping her is the problem.
Yeah, they're not horrible enough to be following her blindly. Like, they're horrible enough to be left to their own devices and going all over the place.
The thing too, though, the biggest part that I really want people to take away from the Rachel Morgan interaction, other than we love it, and when Rachel said she's played with better, phenomenal. But Morgan is just when anyone gets caught, she's trying to backpedal to Rachel's face. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant the checkpoint of jury. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, what does that even mean? The checkpoint of I mean the checkpoint of jury. Oh, okay. Well, what is Rachel, back on The Amazing Race? What the hell is the checkpoint of jury?
Exactly. She said there are no checkpoints. This is Big Brother. But then Morgan goes in the confessional and she's like, who are you talking to? Me? You're talking to me like that? Girl. Okay, well, you had no spine in the moment, and yet here you are in the diary room talking smack. Shut up. She did not misunderstand her. Morgan has been saying to Rachel's face about how good of a juror she would be and how they would love for her to be on the jury. It's not possible for Rachel to have misunderstood her.
I love watching Morgan get crossed up. I know it's a lot for some people, but I enjoy she's giving a little bit of Michael Scott to me, Morgan.
She, you know what? And honestly, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, and I'm loving everything with Rachel this season. I just love people slightly phrasing something the wrong way, because Rob, if it was you, you might, they meant this thing. I'm not going to make a big deal of it. Rachel goes from 0 to 60 in no time, and that's why we love her, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you know how bad you have to be at arguing to lose an argument to Rachel Riley? Come on. That she's in hell.
So what was the quote that Rachel says to Morgan in this? That she says that I'm tired of the disrespect and I want you to put an effing crown on my name.
Yeah, the crown on the name, right?
I've never heard that before in a conversation. Put a crown on my name.
I think it's a new one. I think this is a Rachel original. And I would like it if post-production, if the RHAP production staff could just put a little crown on my name here, that would be great.
Yeah.
Come on.
You put a crown on your head. Do you put a crown on a name?
I mean, you could. If you I mean, the thing is, she doesn't have an I in her name, in her first name, so you can't replace the little dot with a crown. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah. Lone Ranger that says, put a wrench on my name. Yes, for the moderators.
Put a wrench on my name, yeah.
Oh, I've got one of those too.
Get a crown on my tooth, Jace says in the chat.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm tired of the disrespect. I mean, it is wild for Rachel to come in here and say, all you newbies, I'm tired of this. And ideally, this is not how you probably want to play that situation. But that's why I'm wondering did Rachel have a ultimate motive here?
I mean, but the thing is, in this house, playing optimally will probably backfire anyway. So you might as well just be messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rachel's not here to play optimally. Rachel's here to give us TV moments. She's here to give us just pure drama, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. She's still got it, baby. We love that.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And even if it's not great gameplay, it's Rachel.
And she's heard this so many times about them wanting her in jury, wanting her to be an early juror. This has been coming up for weeks. And I think she just reached the absolute fever pitch. All of this was in a can. She shook it up. It exploded everywhere. And she's like, okay, gotta go. Time to fight.
Yeah. Has she adapted to in this house, okay, this Keanu-like behavior is what keeps you safe?
No, I'm not picking up on any adaptation.
No,
no adaptation.
I'm not convinced that there isn't a gas leak in the house, so that could be part of it.
Yeah, that was a great moment though. And then Rachel goes to Catherine, and Catherine, she tells her "Hey, just so you know, Morgan says everybody is too scared to go after the showmances, and I know what that's like. And so just so you know, that's what Morgan is talking about."
And to be fair, Catherine did respond in this moment. Everyone loves the show. Not in the moment, but after she's everyone loves the showmance. What's she talking about? No one wants to get the showmance out. They love us.
They love very, very popular. This was a good Catherine episode.
They had to make sure people knew who she was.
Yeah. No, I think this was the first episode that we really had in quite some time where Catherine at least was actually doing things. We had her with Riley, but we also saw Catherine do things without Riley in this episode.
Yeah. Exactly. I was going to say it was great. There's one scene we get with them where they're under a blanket, which makes me really nervous, and I don't like it because I don't want to know what's going on there.
I'll watch her swap for that.
Yeah, I'll watch the
That's
slop
why
for
you
that.
put the Manta Sleep mask on when you get the Riley and Catherine come on.
I was reaching. I was like, "Where's my Manta Sleep mask? I cannot see this. I don't want to perceive it."
Yeah. Oof.
Okay. Are we sure that they've actually kissed in real life and it's not AI generated? Because I keep just telling myself it's not real. Is anyone else on the same page with me, or do you think it's real?
It's too real.
I feel like I've seen it a lot on there. What, are they not kissing on the live feeds?
Well, when I see Riley on the camera, I switch the feed. So it's kind of hard for me to.
So I guess
really
we don't know. It's if the
Yeah.
tree falls in the forest. So maybe the chat, they can confirm it. Yeah.
You blocked it out.
See it on the feeds. So I don't know.
I can't take it.
We'll see. We do get a Riley and Catherine. I guess we first saw it on BB Unlocked on Friday night, but now I feel like we've seen it now 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah. It's listen, I'm just in denial, okay? I'm allowed to pretend it's not real because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I also just don't. I mean, maybe it's just me. And I love love, but I don't think it's that sweet. It feels kind of forced. It also feels really awkward when, obviously there's what we're seeing on the feeds and the but it is kind of wild because he talks about having her back. I don't know what exactly he says, but it's very possessive. You're my girl. I've got you. I know it's a lot worse what we're not seeing, but yeah, I'm just not into it personally as someone who mostly just watches the episodes and social media and the like.
Yeah. I don't think we're breaking any new ground here on the
you're not into
it all.
that.
No,
Yeah.
it's again, it's all been litigated to death. The takes are not going to be new.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Let's talk a little bit about Vince in this episode. And we really got a different side of Vince in this episode than we have gotten all throughout the season. Last week, we were starting to get officially mustache twirly mastermind edit Vince. Kirsten, this week, Vince is a little bit of the, he said he didn't want to be the weasel, but he is more whiny and sniveling than we have seen him at any point this season, including at one point begging Catherine to let him keep the veto, being totally whiny about his costume and a number of things.
Yeah, welcome to the Vince that we have been seeing for weeks. Because it's not fair. It's not fair. But just
10
because
years he
people
waited.
want to be my friends, you know, like yeah, I have lots of friends in this house, and I have one-on-one conversations with. It's not
Kirsten,
fair.
you have any stories for Vince about what's not fair?
I was raised that life's not fair. So, and I've lived it too. So Vince can grow up.
Vince waited 10 years to get into the Big Brother house, and then to be put on the block after his game in week 5.
That's wild. And I mean, I just have to, he's clearly been cracking under the pressure.
Cracking under the pressure. Yes.
Thank you.
Just because I'm so good at this game and now I'm on the block.
He's too good at
that's
it.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
It's not fair. And for Ava to do this of all people, that's how he feels.
So unfair.
And he's wrong. And he's wrong for that.
Okay. Let me play this clip. I thought this was the most pathetic thing I heard in a while. And this was Vince after the veto.
The way this veto is played out is pretty much a living example of the story of my life. I'm always good enough, but never the best.
What?
That's sad. It's so sad.
This
is
like
the story of his life.
No, this is a conversation for the psychologist, not the diary room.
34-year-old unemployed man. Like, this is the story of his life, that he's just good enough.
He's always second in every job competition.
But he needs to learn to like embrace it. Like, he has an egg costume. He's looking like Mr. Potato Head in an egg form. Like, it's great. And I just feel like he could be the best at that.
You know,
he's always just short of being the best at everything.
I want to know so much more.
Here's the thing. If you told me that Vince was the second best at everything he tried, I'd be like, man, that guy is outliving his potential. Good for him. Second best, nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. Okay, so he's very upset about Ava's nominations, and we see him go to Ava in the episode. And first off, we got to see the Ava nomination speech, which we did not get to see. We see it a little bit in flashback about how she says that Vince had his hands in so many pots he could be a gardener.
I love it.
Yeah.
Finally.
And it's so funny that we're watching the clip on The Slop. By the way, great episode of The Slop yesterday with Chappelle and myself. We were watching Ava when she got her wine, and she was practicing the speech she was going to give to Vince. And while she was doing the speech to Vince, or about Vince, she was asking Will, what is his last name? And then even in the real speech she got to, so what's your last name?
Well, yeah, if you're going to disrespect someone, you want to do it respectly. So make sure you get their name right.
Yeah. She needed that part. She really needed that part.
Vinny the Lip. Yeah, that's a great name for him, because he is like, now he's got like the pouty lips now. Vinny the Lip.
He do be talking. And again, like he literally was begging Catherine for the veto. Begging.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, Kirsten, have you seen anybody ever in the Yankee swap just like blatantly beg the person not to take the veto from them?
See, I'm not a historian, so I don't want to say it's never happened, but never has it happened that it's stuck in my memory until today.
I've never seen it so sad before, where it's like, please,
I need this. I've been waiting 10 years for this. I need this.
Don't ruin my dream, Catherine.
That's so rough.
And it's just, this makes me disgusted, frankly, because okay, your dream is to play Big Brother, then you need to accept and own that you're gonna face adversity in the Big Brother house. Like, what, you think you're gonna go in, you're gonna win HOH veto every other week till the end, and no one will ever target you? That's not Big Brother. That's a fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, of course,
I just wonder.
Every Big Brother fan remembers, of course, the great Dan's funeral moment where Dan was looking certain death in the game in the eye, and he said to Jen City, please, Jen City, just use veto on me. I promise. Please.
But see, that's different.
And that's exactly how Dan did it.
That's exactly how it went down. Yes.
I think there's also some scenes from BB2 and BB7 where Dr. Will was begging other house guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dark. You don't want those moments out there.
Ideally not. Yeah.
I'm still seeking research funding for how Vinny operates without a spine in his body. I'm still waiting. I haven't received funding yet.
Well, really, the egg costume, I think, really behooves him in that, where I guess like a turtle who needs like this like tough exterior shell because it has a very soft body. Like the egg costume is actually perfect for that.
And that is what he's been doing for the most part in the egg costume. He literally is sitting in rooms with all of his limbs in. It looks like the costume's empty. He's been doing a lot of that since he got it.
Yeah,
it's his version of blanketing. Like it's amazing because it's so low key, but I kind of feel like he's probably sobbing in there. And honestly, it's great that he has the egg.
But Matt, in the Big Brother house where there's no privacy, isn't that like sort of nice to be able to have your own room? I mean, look, we should be happy that Joseph last season didn't get the egg costume.
I was going to say we should wish that Vince had the costume just a few nights sooner. And it might have saved us all some footage from the slop
yesterday. But Matt, it might be nice to have like your own place.
I know. Yeah. Check it out. And he could move it around. And it's like a mobile home almost. I mean, it's a lot of falling and crashing and things.
I have to admit, I tried to get an egg costume for this very podcast, but they don't make boiled egg costumes. They just make big old fried eggs. And I was like, well, that would be pathetic if I showed up as a fried egg on the podcast.
Right. And, maybe the Spirit Halloweens haven't opened up yet.
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah. So Kelly is not on the block this week. Suddenly, Kelly has joined Lauren in the ranks of people that do not exist anymore on the television show known as Big Brother 27.
Literally, those are the two. I'm like, what? Something felt different. I didn't hear anyone shouting birthday.
Kelly and Lauren, neither of them appeared in the episode tonight. I don't believe either of them spoke a word in the episode.
Yeah, no spoken word. There was a flash of Lauren on the screen when Catherine was talking to Ava about potential replacement nominees, but that's about what she got. Like, I feel like even during the veto, I feel like we did not see Lauren.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't play.
No, they didn't play, but I don't remember seeing Lauren or Kelly at all, and it makes me think we did see Will hiding earlier in the episode. Maybe they're playing hide and seek. Like I don't know if they're under beds or in one of the bathrooms.
I could see
all makes
that.
Sense.
Have you ever like babysat and you're like, let's play hide and seek because you just want a moment of peace? I'd be sending Kelly to hide 10 out of 10 days in that house.
Yeah. I feel like that this was another real breakout episode for Will, who's really coming into his own. And I'm really glad that he's found his footing. Matt, he does a lot tonight as sort of Ava's wingman.
Yeah, and again, I just mentioned the moment where he's talking with Ava, goes to hide in the shower, which just as a total side note, I'm very confused why there are rolls of toilet paper in the shower stall.
I don't think that was the shower. I think that was the storage space.
I have no clue, but either way, he had his drink, he had his toilet paper. He looked like all set for whatever he had to do in there. So, but we got that, and then we got lots of different conversations. I like that Will was in a lot of the strategy. We got the heartfelt moment in the veto comp, of course, which we could talk about. But yeah, he was all over the place this episode.
Yeah. And he's somebody who is heating up, I feel like, in the game. That Kirsten is a will win a possibility.
In this house, never say never.
Never say never.
Also,
But
Chad's
you
correcting
can.
me. He was in the toilet stall, and those are the shelves above the toilet. So my apologies.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really great moment when he's hiding, when Zach comes in there. I don't know why Zach couldn't see him in the HOH room.
Well, yeah, because Ava had a few key people in her HOH room a lot, and it was not hidden. And so the fact that it was like, whoa, just eavesdropping here, like, did not need to happen. But for good TV, I did like to see it happen.
Yeah. Okay. We are starting to see some these clicks in the house of the Will, Mickey, Ashley talking. Morgan seems to be a little bit more on the outside of that. And we got to see a little bit of that. Mickey ends up snitching on Morgan in this episode to Ava. And then I don't know what she was trying to do, Kirsten, to because ultimately she was like, no, I don't want you to put her on the block. But then Ava really starts running with that.
I feel like Mickey did want Morgan put on the block, and that we're getting a little bit of revisionist history, because Mickey has been on what I'm going to affectionately call a reign of terror in the house. And for a good couple of days, that was targeted straight at Morgan.
Yeah. Well, Matt, she ends up like going to Ava, and Ava is like, okay, oh, you're going to complain about my nominations? Then maybe you'll be the new nomination. I heard what you said.
But see, this moment motivated so much in the episode. I don't understand why Mickey did that. And yet, again and again and again, we heard from Ava talking about putting up Morgan. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we know that this isn't going to happen. But also, it's interesting how many times they came back to that just based on Mickey's conversation, which, again, still confused I mean, I think we know what Mickey was trying to do, throwing her under the bus, right?
Yeah, Mickey was fully throwing her under the bus for days, and then just kind of changed her mind and has redirected her ire in a different direction. No,
own it.
No good.
Own it, Mickey. Come on. This is Big Brother.
Morgan manages to evade being on the block this week. And it really did seem like for the last couple of days prior to Monday that Morgan seemed certainly headed to the block.
We all thought that Zach was going to use his $10,000 bribe and that Morgan would go on the block. Like, it's been basically a certainty, and which is why we need to stop having certainties on this season, because I feel like every other day Taran's on the update, this won't happen. The next day he's like, well, it happened again. And we just need to know that our expectations are never going to align with how these people are acting. They are deeply unserious.
Yeah. The third person on the block that we haven't talked about yet tonight is Keanu. We see Keanu before the veto ceremony telling Vince that what if he used the veto on Vince to take him off the block? Vince is like, oh, that would be so great.
It's awesome. My dream. Please use the veto on me.
Yeah. It's just not fair.
What was that? Was that the only conversation they had about that? Like, what are we doing? What are we?
Yeah, they
like fantasy booking.
They did
the game?
talk about it.
Yeah,
I didn't believe it from Keanu, but it was said.
I have been feeling like I am very worried about Keanu tomorrow night. And I feel like that we are not talking enough about that potentially Keanu could go home on Thursday night.
It's possible, but I'm just holding out hope, lighting every candle in my house, hiring whatever Etsy witch is appropriate, that he's going to win the BB Blockbuster. I refuse to accept that he won't win that competition.
All right. And we'll talk more about how the vote is shaping up as we get into the live feeds. But Matt, I have had this feeling in the pit of my stomach all week long that Keanu is in danger, great danger on Thursday night.
Oh no. I mean, look, I'm I'm okay with it. He could go. It's fine.
Why?
Boo!
Look,
Tomato,
'cause
tomato, bad
here's
take.
why. Because while Vince in the egg costume would be ridiculous, voted out with Julie, I don't know how Keanu is going to be able to sit in that chair.
Okay, so you
that's
would
the
like
main
to see
reason.
him, of course, that
Yes.
there's the punishment curse on Big Brother. Players go home in costumes. It's
Mhm.
rare that we get two players on the block in costumes in Big Brother, where we could potentially see both of the final nominees on the block in costume.
One and all
A
three
true
had a
rarity.
punishment. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
All three got a punishment while on the block. Okay, well, why don't we talk about the Yankee swap here?
Mhm.
That this is always a big episode of the season. Would you say, Kirsten, that it's a benchmark?
yeah, I think so. This is such a staple.
Mhm.
Absolutely. This was definitely a checkpoint in this
Checkpoint, a checkpoint. Use the right word. Yeah, it's a checkpoint for sure of the Yankee swap, and we end up getting, of course, the punishments involved, and we could go through it. Did we like this shuffleboard competition?
I did like it. I liked
Yeah.
that the actual markers were not there while they were
That was
shooting and
cool.
they had to remember it. It was a different map each time. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah. Okay. So they get these costumes, Matt. It's sort of like a Dick Tracy.
Yeah, I was thinking it was more Inspector Gadget type of vibes, but Zach was also like shooting like a Chicago gangster, which he kind of looked like in like the red of all of it. I liked it. I liked the theme. I don't
Everybody looked
really
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone looked good, right? So it was good job there. They were big on the costumes this week.
Yeah. And Will ends up being the first person out and ends up getting the golden power of veto.
A classic.
Yeah. Right. There we go. I know. I know. I wish that there was a world where like they're choosing from a pile or something random, but alas, this is Big Brother. We're getting everything in the sequence, right?
And Will's like, well, my strategy in this competition is I'm going to do well enough that I can get a prize and not so bad that I get one of the punishments and then becomes the first person out.
Yep.
Filling time. Yeah.
He said living with these people in their 20s is punishment
That's
enough. And
of
he's
a
right.
punishment.
He's
Yeah.
correct, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So ultimately we get to round 2. Keanu goes out. He gets the partners in crime punishment, but then he ends up taking the veto.
Which, yeah, if it's not a prize, you should just swap it and hopefully you can get something better than a punishment. It didn't 100% work out for Keanu, but I do think it is the correct thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where things get interesting. So Zach ends up going out in round 3 and he gets the London vacation. And so instead of taking the veto, he ends up trading the London vacation to then take a punishment. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Honestly, it would only be the first time this week that Zach would refuse a power of veto. And it would be a precursor of what's to come. But yeah, this ended up being such a moving gesture to Will. Matt, I mean, I don't want to give Zach too much credit, but like this was kind of like big brain strategy.
I mean, it was, and it was also interesting because the way that we're seeing it, we immediately get the dramatic, like inspirational cry music. I love this for Will. I'm happy for him on his trip. I hope he shares pictures with us and all of it. This was a good move. I wonder if he was just being nice and then explained. I'm assuming he explained it more after the fact because there's no way he thought of that. There's no way Zach thought of that in the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the strategy, like, oh my gosh, this is going to be great.
I mean, yeah, I think that he was just doing it because he knows he won't get to keep the veto because he came in 4th place in the competition and he wants to be on TV. So he wants TV time. What's going to get you more TV time? Winning a trip to London or doing a punishment?
Oh, it's that he wanted the TV time of doing the punishment. I mean, is he that tapped in to know that if I do a punch, like I felt like that when Rachel gets picked to join him in the punishment. Rachel's excitement is, oh, I'm going to be on TV.
Oh, totally.
When Matt, oh, I'm sorry, Freudian slip.
Oh, no.
When
Nice.
Zach, hopefully I won't do that with Angela tomorrow. When Zach is going to swap the prize to Will, is it that, okay, this is like I'm going to get the punishment, or is it like, hey, I'm gonna look like a nice guy on TV?
The latter. The latter is what it felt like. But also, I mean, that's like the edit we were getting. It felt like everyone was, I mean, there were tears, like everyone was really into the moment. I don't know if it fully translated for me, but again, happy for Will. Like, bring me on the trip.
Oh, no, he has his own chocolate drop already that he's taking on the trip.
I mean,
That's crazy.
Kirsten, come on.
Yeah, I'm happy for Will that he gets to go on a trip and he didn't have to do a punishment, but I don't care at all about Zach doing this.
Well,
I think
okay,
that's part of it.
So he gets the punishment. Then we get Ava. She gets the butler did it. She forgets that she can swap. She swaps with Keanu, giving him the punishment that he gets. And then ultimately, she gets the power of veto. And then finally, here comes Vince and Catherine, and Vince ends up getting the 5K. He gives it to Ava, and then is hoping that maybe that if he's holding the power of veto, Catherine is going to take the 5K instead of the power of veto. And I have to say, this was kind of a baller move from Catherine to take the power of veto when this wasn't last week, when she was in the danger of going up on the block from all that we heard. Kind of a big move, I thought, by Catherine to, I guess you kind of are a little bit, though, you take Ava's 5K, maybe you do go on the block.
Yeah, maybe. She actually was bribing Ava with 5K for a veto this week. She wants to be seen as playing her own game, and as much as she is in a showmance with Riley, she doesn't want to be seen as his hanger-on. She wants to be seen as a person with agency in the game, and taking the veto kind of gave her an opportunity for that.
Yeah. Kirsten, do you think that she can get out of that shadow in the minds of the other house guests?
I
As
think
somebody
it's
who has Catherine in the draft, who's hoping that she can?
I don't think it's impossible, but I do think it's a tough road as long as Riley's there. However, unfortunately, Catherine has gotten a lot of safety just based off of how mad Riley would be if she was put up. And so it kind of cancels out a little bit. But I don't think all is lost.
Okay. Could she pull a Lisa Donahue, Matt? Could Riley be up on the block? Could she vote him out?
Oh, yeah. That would be the most baller move, honestly.
Send him to the jury. That's what she needs. I got to send Riley to the jury for me.
No, send him pre-jury. I know that maybe she would want his vote, but for like the safety of everyone involved, like
Kirsten, there's no safer thing for all of people than to have him, under supervision in the jury house.
Yeah, think about us out
you're
here.
You're not wrong about that, but I just don't think one person should be sacrificed for everyone else's safety.
Okay.
We need something more secure than prison. That's all.
Jury house. All right. Let's talk about the punishments. We haven't gone through them in detail yet. We have our 3 punishments that we have. Sam, let me know if you can find a picture of any of these.
Oh, gosh.
We got the egg costume, the hard-boiled detective for poor Vince.
And Vinny showing that he is not the brightest by being like, why is it an egg? It's literally called hard-boiled. Come on, keep up.
Yep. Hard-boiled detective, sort of like, 40s film noir. Matt, you know all this. You're a film guy.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's funny though, because maybe we'll get more of this tomorrow night, but I need more. Oh my gosh. We're looking at the picture of Vinny squatting down
Yeah.
in the egg. Also eating a pig in the blanket from Keanu. This is very like AI generated.
Crossover.
And like
Yeah.
this is so rude to wait staff that he couldn't even stand up to get the pig in a blanket off the tray properly. He needed Keanu to bend down to meet him there. Come on.
He's gonna drop a bunch of stuff. Yeah, stand up. Chappelle would say, "Stand up, Vince." Okay.
In many contexts, not just this one. Vinny needs to stand up.
I will say,
didn't even look him in the eye.
Vince in the egg costume in the diary room giving his confessionals did break me. I was tickled by that.
Rob, have you seen the video of him going down the stairs in the egg costume?
No, I did not.
Because it's so spectacular.
Yeah. Does he have to sleep in the egg costume, or does he wake up and then he has to put the egg costume on? Unclear.
Watching him sleep, but I'm pretty sure he's allowed to take off the egg and sleep in like whatever the undergarments are. Like I don't know if like the yolk or whatever.
Put on the egg costume. Yeah, I never have imagined that, but having to wear like that kind of costume for a week, like I do think that would get very annoying.
Oh yes, he has his second egg pajamas with the egg hat. Yes, of course. How can I forget?
Good. Yeah, no, that's unsanitary, Rob.
Yeah,
I wear that all the time.
You can't wear your outside shell in the bed.
No, ew.
We end up spending more time on Keanu as the butler, who this was an inspired costume where he has a shelf where he is going to. What is the connection between the butler and was it all pigs and blankets, or were there other hors d'oeuvres?
It was all pigs and blankets. I think it's just a play on, the butler did it in so many mysteries. And then I think pigs in a blanket are like an hors d'oeuvre anybody can make without getting
It is an hors d'oeuvre
sick.
anybody can make. I don't know a ton about fine dining, but I feel like that if you are rich enough to have a butler, I feel like you're probably not serving pigs and blankets.
How dare you, Rob? We like pigs and blankets are fine dining. But I don't really understand. I feel like there might be a Kim Kardashian connection or something. Like maybe she had pigs in the blanket and then wore a suit at some point.
Oh, interesting.
Because I don't. There's a BBL. I don't know.
The butt with the tray is very much giving that magazine cover where she has the champagne and it goes over and it like hit her butt and it's like break the internet. That a very, very old reference, so extremely on brand for Big Brother to make it in the year 2025. At least 9 years late, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I also just want to keep, while we're talking about the butler costume, is when Mickey was saying it in the competition, it was literally like, you have the butler, like long pause in between.
Bring it all together, Mickey.
I was gonna say, Ava for a moment was like, wait, what's going on here? What is this?
Did someone say butt?
We all were saying that.
Yeah, no. Oh gosh. But no, I mean, look, Keanu seems to be enjoying his BBL, and I love that for him.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty inspired. It was fun. I would not have had an issue with having one of the hors d'oeuvres I really feel like it was like above, it wasn't on his real butt.
There's so much material between his butt and that tray, and he was having tinfoil on the tray as well in between. But I loved Will being like, I am not eating anything off of Keanu's butt. Flash to the next confessional. I've turned around on these pigs in a blanket. It's nice.
Yeah. You know what, though? I don't know if this is too on the nose, but I feel like they probably wanted him to make deviled eggs at some point. Like, maybe just too complicated, but
that would be so hard for Vinny to see. Vinny's gonna see all of these like completely dismembered eggs while he's dressed as an egg. That's messed up, Matt.
I always like pay attention in the diary room in the storage room to like what they have. And Matt, they did have so much mustard that they had like 6 bottles of mustard in the storage room. How much mustard do these people go through that they need? Unless they like use it in the slop or anything. So yeah, they definitely could have done deviled eggs.
Going through most of it this week though with the pigs and blanket. I'm assuming, I don't know if there's a variety of sauces going on there on Keanu's tray, but
he mentioned ketchup, he mentioned honey mustard, and he didn't mention any other condiments specifically by name.
Yeah. How did we get through the veto ceremony without Keanu having to go get hors d'oeuvres?
And I'm pretty sure that he did have to do that during the veto ceremony, and that's why the feeds were off for
They just cut
so
it.
many
Oh, wow.
hours. They were off for so long. And then we hear about how he had to stop, and he had to make the pigs in a blanket, and they had to serve the pigs in a blanket, and then they got to carry on. But I guess they just didn't have enough time in this 90-minute episode to show us that.
Yeah, I guess that they felt like they already got it in. You know, they always do this on this a Yankee swap Wednesday night veto episode where then they have like we get the Zach and Rachel punishment, and this really did go on forever. I know everybody was very disappointed they didn't get to see it on the feeds, but maybe they didn't miss that much.
No, I will never forgive them for cutting this from the feeds. Like, we know that Rachel and Zach talked game, and we'll never get to see that game talk. But I do like how, you know, generally this type of punishment, it's you have to move 1,000 of something, or you have to kick 1,000 soccer balls, or it's normally 1,000, and they made it so much less taxing. Probably because they didn't want any risk of Rachel having to like kick 1,000 of something.
No, I just think that it was like more of like a test of wills of like just endurance of like having to be out all night and doing it. And I think that the reason why they don't show like this, something like this, I just think that there's probably like so much like starting and stopping of like that they have to like have the slime coming out, like go stand in like productions, probably giving them a million instructions on this. Like this is almost like a competition.
And we want to see the competitions too.
Yes.
What about it?
Yeah, no, this was great. I loved, this is the part that I loved. And this is why I love Big Brother personally, is that there's the moment where we have them doing that competition, getting like slimed on, like it's the Kids' Choice Awards. And then we have Keanu who's twerking while also bringing out the pigs in the blanket. And then we have Vince who just wants to be in on it because no one asked him to do anything related to them. So just the madness of all of it is the beauty.
I just feel like in the past years that it's been so much more exciting in terms of like all of the chaos going on. And I'm trying to remember, I feel like that maybe it was in Big Brother, you know, even 24 or 25, that there's just like it all like coming to a crescendo of all the punishments and all of the chaos going on in the backyard. And to me, this was not a crescendo. It was sort of like Zach and Rachel were dealing with like their own sad thing. And then it was just like Keanu serving them hot dogs on his butt.
But because that's what we saw.
Mickey tried to stitch it all together, but it was not like the big, like, I can't believe this is all happening at the same time.
Yeah. But
they were
what
going
if it
for
was?
that,
What if
they
it
were
was
going
that
for
crazy
it.
and we didn't get to see it because they blocked it because they hate us personally?
Maybe.
Sorry, I slipped into my Vince impression there. My bad.
Oh no. I was gonna say maybe we'll see. I know I was kind of worried about you for a second. Maybe we'll see it on Unlocked. Like that's always the hope these days.
I think we got it.
That's the thing where if they show it on Unlocked, that's when people get even more mad because they're like, "Oh,
Taran
so you purposely didn't show it."
If they show it on Unlocked.
Taran said he is going to be the first
leading
in
the
line.
riot.
We'll join him.
We ride at dawn.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not rioting over this.
Come on, Rob.
You're well adjusted. Whatever, Rob. We get it. You're better than us. You touch grass sometimes. It's fine.
But I think there's other things to get more mad about than if we didn't get to see. Like, I feel like we saw enough of this. I didn't get the sense of like, oh man, I wish I would have seen 12 more hours of this.
A lot of people on Blue Sky were talking about how much they wish they had seen more of this. But I think it's also that just the feeds have been out so much.
Yeah, why? What's going on?
It's just been like, I'm assuming that Skippy has to take a lunch break based on union rules or something, and they don't have anyone to cover it. So they just like turn it off. And so I think that we're just all primed to be really mad about not seeing something on the feeds because so much has been missed.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about the vote. Is there anything else from this episode that either of you saw or want to comment on?
No.
Rob, we went through all of it. 90
We went
minutes.
through,
of it.
okay, it's 90 minutes. Like, we did
Hey,
good.
we did it in a tight 54. So
Yeah,
look at
tight
that.
54.
did. Look
Okay.
at us.
So I want to start to move into talking about the vote and where things stand in the House, and we'll get our live feed update. But let me just thank our presenting sponsor for this episode of the podcast. Those are our friends over at Manta Sleep. And I showed you the great mask for so many things. Maybe that's what happens when Skippy is like, needs to take a quick nap, pro nap over at the Big Brother live feeds. Make sure that's a hard job. It's like being an air traffic controller, being Skippy. Got to make sure you're on top of your game. With a mask from Manta Sleep, you can get back to the top of your game and make sure that you are clicking on all of the right live feed buttons. Of course, that unlike the Big Brother live feeds, that's a 100% blackout feature with this mask that contours to your face with a customizable fit, especially for you side sleepers out there. So check out all the fine products over at Manta Sleep. Go to mantasleep.com. Use promo code RHAP27 for 10% off your Manta Sleep purchase. And with that, let's get into everything from the Big Brother live feed. Spoiler alert.
The Office of Civil Defense has issued the following message. This is
A spoiler.
warning.
A spoiler.
Warning means that an actual
Spoiler.
against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken.
Yes. Okay. I took a 1 second nap real quick to be at the
feel
top of my
revived?
game for the back part of the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. So,
Mhm.
all right, let's talk about Thursday because we have a very intriguing night coming up where there are three guys on the block. And Kirsten, what's it looking like? Any movement today in terms of where this vote is headed?
So it has been all week a total cluster of what's going to actually happen with these votes. Things have been shifting a lot, but I have kind of my best guess as to what may happen in each situation. This is subject to be wrong. Please see Taran Armstrong tomorrow morning for more accurate information.
Listen,
Mhm.
do you know how many things the experts get wrong on how votes are going to go? So, Kirsten, nobody's going to get mad at you
Yeah.
if you misproject what you are thinking tomorrow night.
Better not.
He had better not, but you know what?
Mhm.
It's also if you need to be mad
I
at
can't
someone,
actually.
it's fine.
I'll be honest. I can't say nobody is going to get mad at you.
Yeah, Rob.
Listen, you can be mad at me. It's fine.
Mhm.
I'll be just fine. Okay, so if Zach wins the BB blockbuster, and we
Zach-
end up with Keanu versus Vince.
Okay,
Okay.
Keanu
Mhm.
versus Vince.
I do think Keanu will go home because I think only Rachel, Ashley, Will, and Kelly will vote to keep him. It's not impossible though, because Morgan and Mickey could end up deciding to split their votes and forcing a tie. I don't know why they would do that, but it's not impossible.
Why not?
And in that case, Ava might keep Keanu. Ava talked to Keanu today about keeping him in the event of a tie. But also
Mhm.
Mickey has been really pushing
Yeah.
to not keep Keanu.
Matt,
so it's
That does set up a rather delicious scenario where Ava does stand up in front of the house and says to Keanu, "I believe I have a prompt. Keanu, I vote to evict you." Like that'd be good. I love Keanu. I don't want him to go home.
I see this. Look, I love this. I thought, Rob, you were going in a different direction with them both having food related costumes. It's
Oh no,
quite delicious, but
yeah,
yeah, you wouldn't do that too.
No.
low bar there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think that any moment we get Ava giving a speech, putting someone in their place, putting Keanu in his place,
Yeah.
especially would
No,
be
I hate this so much that
yes.
that if Zach and Vince, who I'm sure are swell guys, survive this week and frickin' Keanu goes home this
Mhm.
week, that it's going to be a loss for us. And everybody last week was like, okay, Zach and Vince getting ready. Here comes the steamroll. And then we had this week where Ava wins the HOH, and we're like, she's putting Zach and Vince on the block. And then if they survive the week and Keanu went home,
yeah,
I mean,
on Ava's HOH.
And here's the thing. Ava is so wonderful. I love Ava. The fact that she is performing her HOH duties dressed like a haunted doll does make me fear for like supernatural paranormal input into this, of us getting the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
That's the intimidation factor.
I've just had this horrible feeling I can't shake that Keanu is too comfortable. He's too confident. He's going to go home, and Zach and Vince are going to be like partying and jumping up and down.
You got to stop manifesting this, Rob, because you're speaking this.
Listen, I can't manifest these things. I
That's
can't manifest.
Oh my gosh.
that.
That's what you
It's
think.
stressful.
That is what you think. Okay. And so if it's Keanu versus Zach, this is looking like straightforwardly a tie. That Morgan, Mickey, Vince, Lauren,
I'm sorry,
and Will.
which one is this? This is
Keanu versus Zach.
Yeah.
Vince wins. So it's looking like Morgan, Mickey, Vince, Lauren, and Will would vote Keanu. Riley, Kat, Rachel, Ashley, and Kelly would vote Zach. It's a tie, and it's very possible that Ava would break the tie for Zach to go home.
So if Keanu is on the block, the best that you could tell me is that we get it to a tie. Like he can't beat either of them in a vote.
It's the thing is it's like that's what it's kind of looking like, but I don't have strong feelings towards Riley and Catherine's votes.
Yeah.
Like I think they could easily be swayed and we end up in a not tie situation. But also it's like Ashley might keep Zach. Like
yeah,
it's back and forth. But we need to manifest Zach leaving because he got too cocky thinking he didn't need to spend his $10,000.
But this season, Kirsten, BB27, he can't go home because it's horrible gameplay. But is he supposed to? Is he really going to go out because of horrible gameplay, or is he going to be rewarded somehow? Like, come on.
I mean, everyone has to go out for some reason. Yeah,
I have no faith in Keanu winning the blockbuster because I don't even think Keanu is actually good at competitions. How about that?
He's won more than Zach and Vince.
He's won more than Zach and Vince, but Casey won one of them for him. And then the one where like the glass bridge last week that he won, like that was like a fluke. I don't even know how he won that one. He was like in slow motion.
Fair enough. I mean, like but you know what? If again, we could manifest this for him, Rob. Keanu, he's a big guy. He's a comp beast. Clearly, look at him, Rob. That's all that we need to know.
That's not what the blockbusters are.
No.
Well, yeah, and I think with
random.
the costumes, the blockbuster this week is likely to be something that's a lot like maybe stand around, maybe hit a buzzer, like nothing too crazy because like I mean, I hope it's something where Vince falls down in the egg and rolls away and then he loses.
Yeah. So I'm very worried about Keanu. But what if Keanu does win the blockbuster, Kirsten?
Yeah.
What if it's Zach versus Vince?
So this could also be a tie.
Oh my gosh. What are we...
I can't like when I was sitting here, I was taking notes today and I was trying to sort out what the votes were and I could never get more. Like the best you could do is a 6-4. Everything kept coming out 5-5s to me. Okay. And so if it's Vince versus Zach, I could see it being Morgan, Mickey, Rachel, Ashley, and Will vote to evict Vince. And Riley, Catherine, Kelly, Keanu, and Lauren vote to evict Zach. But I also could see Kelly evicting Vince because Vince has been having a whole spiral over the last 24 hours about how he's lost Kelly. Like, none of this is set in stone. Everything is extremely fluid and close. Really, really close.
Yeah.
I feel like we win in most scenarios, mainly because Ava gives another speech and has a great one-liner to get rid of whoever it is, as long as there's a tie.
As long as Keanu wins the blockbuster, we cannot lose. comma, but we may not lose in other situations as well. It's close. It's really close.
Yeah. I'm just really nervous going into Thursday night, where last week we really wanted Jimmy to win the blockbuster so he could stay and then really create the commotion. But it wasn't necessarily like that, okay, Jimmy himself was bringing so much, but we were hoping that a Jimmy who had this near-death experience would bring so much. But Keanu has given us so much this season.
100%. And the thing too is last week with Jimmy, it was like, we need Jimmy to win the blockbuster because he has absolutely zero chance otherwise. Keanu could face a vote and be okay. We have multiple avenues here. It's not as locked in. The votes are constantly changing. It is so many of these votes have gone back and forth. I feel like Mickey's vote could be super up in the air depending on things. I feel like Mickey just wants to vote against Rachel, and so like she could be tricked. I don't know. It's scary. Mickey is back on the like F Rachel train today, which is not fun. So I just want her to not get what she wants.
Good.
Okay. Is Keanu worried? Is Keanu trying to get the votes?
I mean, Keanu is talking to people. He's having conversations. But he is being Keanu. He is not a serious person. He is like that is also like one of the biggest things about this show is they are portraying Keanu like a normal, well-adjusted, regular human. But the fact of the matter is he's cracked as hell, and we love it. I like at first it was like, oh, we don't like this, but I feel like collectively we've all kind of come around on like, we love it. Don't let him go home.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Matt, I really do feel like that if Keanu can like make it to jury, I feel like he's headed to like BB superstardom.
Honestly, he's been on that path with just wild choices along the way.
Yeah.
But it's also like, is he bringing enough to the game to keep himself in the game to get to jury? And I'm a little concerned about that. That's my one knock against Keanu. But
I'm just worried.
Matthew, what do you think the others are bringing?
Yeah.
Come on. What are the others bringing that Keanu's not?
I mean, Vince makes me really sad. So I kind of want him to go. But
could Keanu end up being this season's Tucker, where he ends up being sort of like this big like pre-jury figure that was like beloved from the TV viewing audience, and then people will be then missing him all the rest of the season?
It's possible, but the key difference is Keanu wants to be in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say Tucker didn't really want that as much. Also, like the other thing with Tucker was winning comps himself without Casey's help.
Even the one that Casey won, Keanu had to find the thing and fit it in the spot, which was the same as what it took to win HOH that week. So come on, put a crown on his name.
Put a crown on Keanu's name, and so we'll see ultimately what happens. Kirsten, anything else that we're watching at this hour in the house?
Just key things to note. The continued kind of isolation of Rachel, spearheaded by Mickey, is continuing to happen.
How's Rachel doing?
I mean, Rachel's Rachel. She's very resilient. But, I mean, Mickey hates her. Mickey also this week made a comment about, like, you're a 40-year-old woman coming in the house. Mickey's 35. I don't think we should be throwing stones in glass houses here.
Yeah.
There was, of course, that people who don't listen to the live feed updates, but for some reason are fine with spoilers here. You wouldn't know about the Morgan, Mickey, Keanu fight that happened yesterday. That was very, very fun. Keanu, you can tell he has sisters with all of his one-liners and how he is good with the verbal sparring. Vince is like, he's working, but he's also continuing to crash out and whine like a lot. And Mickey's on a reign of terror.
But Vince is, if he survives the block on Thursday, he's going to be insufferable.
He's already
like. He's gonna be like, I did it. All my plans are working out. They're so stupid. They didn't get rid of me.
I thought when you did the I did it, you were quoting Kelly and you were gonna start going, Vinny.
I did it.
Right. Oh gosh. No, it's like, but isn't that is better than him being upset. We're gonna get back to him being upset and falling apart.
If Vinny
Scrambled, if you
stays, he's gonna go to the HOH and he's gonna be
Yeah.
like, I just really like like if they voted for him to go like I totally respect you voting for
Yeah.
me and you're so strong and I can never vote like that, so I just really admire you and I love seeing you play this game, but like please don't put me on the block, it's my dream, I've been trying for 10 years, like don't
Yeah.
do it to me.
Okay. All right. So let's say Keanu is not on the block. It's between Zach and Vince. Let's just go around the panel and then, okay. Matt, okay. Who are you voting to evict? Matt or Zach? I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I did it again.
myself.
Zach, no, that's the problem. Having Matt on the panel.
No.
It's Zach or Vince?
I vote to evict Zach.
Zach. Okay.
Yeah. What are you doing?
And I do
sir?
your shout outs.
Why are you there? And my shout out to my mom, my dog's at the crib, and Julie, you're ravishing. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.
Okay.
Wait, Rob, I want to take that back. I
No.
want to vote for Vince.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I know the information that I know about the powers or do I not know?
You are voting as the Kirsten MacInnis, the all-knowing person who knows everything you know about Big Brother 27.
Okay. I gladly vote to evict selfish, petty, dumbass Zach. Shout out to my family, friends, Chelsea, RHAP, love y'all.
Yeah. Okay. And Matt, you voted for?
Well, I don't know anymore, Rob. Who did I vote for? I voted
who
for
did
Zach.
you change? You voted for Zach.
Zach
Okay.
is
Okay.
who
So
you got.
Zach's already evicted. Yeah, I will also. I too will sadly vote to evict Zach. Shout out Nicole, Dominic, and Anthony. Daddy loves you. Hope you're having a great time downstairs sleeping. Okay, and you better be asleep when I come downstairs. Okay. So. Zach is evicted 3-0. Yeah, I feel like that Vince is insufferable, but I feel like that I want to see how the rest of this plays out for Vince. I feel like for Zach, he's just very one note. Seems like a nice guy, but he should just that it's such a clear Big Brother story. This guy had a power, didn't use it, and the Big Brother gods need to smite him.
Exactly. We need to see that behavior punished. And I saw people saying, oh, Julie's going to smack him with the note cards. I don't even want him to get the privilege of being smacked by the note cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ugh. I would love that, though, personally. And frankly, like the whole the problem is they didn't give us enough in this episode with how much of a fool he is for not using it. And so it would just be wrong if he doesn't actually go out here. Like Vince, insufferable in a lot of ways. Like I feel like I have something personally against each of the people Keanu's giving, even though it's been a mess. But Zach, what are you doing? You don't even know what game you're playing. Maybe he'll see that when he's out of the house on Friday.
For Zach, it's a case of F around and find out. And hopefully he finds out the hard way when he meets Auntie Julie coming up tomorrow night. But we'll see. All right. Anything else, BB27 tonight?
There was just one more thing that I forgot to mention earlier. When Zach got to choose his partner for the partner in crime challenge, he chooses Rachel. He says, oh, most iconic, choosing Rachel. But the camera pans to Morgan, who's sitting there like this.
Did she?
1,000-yard stare. So upset that Zach did not pick her. And it was extremely funny. And that needed to be part of the record of this podcast before we move on.
Okay. All right. Matt, anything else on your mind with BB27?
Sorry, I'm just thinking a lot about eggs, Rob. We could move on.
Yeah. Are you a big egg guy? How do you take your eggs?
I'm not a big egg guy. Oh my gosh. No, I don't like scrambled eggs. I could feel like hard boiled isn't great. A fried egg is my ideal egg.
I can't believe Matt just shit talked my top 2 eggs. Okay.
But that's why we're here, balancing each other out. That's exactly why we're here.
I am a big egg guy. I'll take them any way I can get them.
Boiled egg
Good
is
to know,
so
Rob.
easy. You could boil a bunch of them. You have them in your fridge ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Well, I'm not taking them into the office. I'm eating it in the privacy of my own home.
You're not taking them on a plane?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just
No, you
don't
don't-
bring them out of the house.
Don't take them out of the house.
Don't take it
Yeah.
out of the house. Okay. Oh,
Uh-uh.
poached. Poached is not easy in the chat. Okay.
Poached eggs. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is hard.
All right. Let's talk about tomorrow night. We've got, of course, the great Angela Murray is going to be here with us tomorrow night. Join Angela, Taran, and myself as we break down the live eviction. And hopefully we'll have we'll be in a happy mood and won't be sad that Keanu got voted out. And that's coming up tomorrow night, 9:15, after a 1-hour episode of Big Brother as God Intended It. And check out the slop yesterday. Boy, we had so much fun on the slop, including the segment. Kirsten, did you know about the cutters for Kelly?
I was not aware of cutters for Kelly prior to the
Yes.
slop, but I just want to say to anyone watching this, do not make it go
Yeah.
viral.
Do not make it go viral.
Do not make cutters
Mhm.
for Kelly go viral.
Yes. Okay. Kelly's dad was very upset to hear about an alleged trend on TikTok and on social media that Julie Chen allegedly tweeted out. She did not, about people who are self-harming for Kelly because they are so obsessed with her, Matt.
It is alarming.
It was
Yeah.
alarming to hear that people were
Yeah.
fans of Kelly.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
definitely
Kellheads
not.
are gonna come for you,
No,
Rob.
I'm joking.
Kel heads. Okay,
Mhm.
there we go.
Yeah.
This
So-
is dark.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff with Chappelle on the slop for the patrons only, because that we are legally are not allowed to put it into the main feed. And then, of course, also for the patrons, we just announced our live show tickets for San Francisco. We've got 2 big live shows coming up for Survivor 49, New York and San Francisco. And the patron discount is available for our patrons who have early access to the tickets for these 2 big live shows at robswebsite.com/patron. I also got to talk with Shannon Gus this week about Australian Survivor, which is kicking off Australian Survivor versus the world. Kirsten, are you getting prepped as we speak for Big Brother Canada versus the world?
Oh.
If only. If only. But unfortunately,
Wow.
I think if they did a BB Can versus the world, I wouldn't be called. So I think I'm fine.
You never know. Okay.
you-
Yeah.
That would be actually the most insane decision
Listen.
I can imagine. Like, out of all the people who actually got to play, and they're like, you know what? You know what we like to give a shot?
Kirsten,
This girl
no,
who we human
no.
trafficked into
Listen.
a hotel room for 16 days.
Yeah, if you would have told me, it's like, wow, hey, like 14 months ago, you told me, hey, Rob, they're going to do a thing. It's called Australian Survivor versus the world. They're only going to pick 14 people. And one person is going to be from Survivor Finland, and somebody else is going to be from Survivor Quebec.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
they
know there
play.
was a Survivor Quebec.
It's pronounced Quebec, first of all.
Okay, my bad.
Gotta get that ready
Wow.
before you're
Okay,
talking
Canadians.
about it all season long. I assume that
Mhm.
person's making it. Yeah, but those people played in Survivor Finland and Survivor Quebec. That's the very key difference
Mm,
to me.
okay. All right. Well, Kirsten, what's going on over on Perfect Match?
Yes. So
First of all, can you explain to me what Perfect Match is? I feel like there's so many Netflix dating shows. What is Perfect Match?
so all of those Netflix dating shows. Imagine if not the bet. Some people from all of those shows.
It's
all
a real
were
Australian
together.
Survivor versus the world.
In some ways, yes.
Mhm.
But imagine if people from all of those Netflix shows came to a resort in Tulum together to find love. And every week, different people come in and out of the villa. And at the end, the people who are not in a couple vote for which couple is the perfect match. And you know what they win? A vacation is the prize
Wow.
for winning perfect.
To London?
Okay.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
with
to London,
Will.
but maybe.
Mhm. Okay. All right. And speaking of people going on vacation and finding love, what's going on in Love Island
Yes.
Beyond the Villa?
Yeah, so actually tomorrow is the season finale of
I
season
hear a lot
one
about the Love Island.
of Love Island Beyond the Villa. And Scally and I are breaking it all down. It very much feels like reality TV before reality TV knew what it is, which is very refreshing in a way.
Okay. All right, check that out. In the Love Island podcast feed. And
We
then
know loveisland.com.
all right. And then, of course, over on Chat BCC, you never know what drama is going to unfold when the alumni are posting there. You wouldn't believe all the alumni that they have in there. Ronnie Talbot is very active on Chat BCC.
Ronnie
Who
Talbot
knew?
called someone
Not-
a bitch today in Chat BCC.
Oh, no. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but
Don't
you
draw
know what?
attention to it.
Look, it's unhinged. This is the reality stars of, look, they're not on the live feeds anymore, Matt, but this is as close as you get.
No, it's amazing.
Who
Join
did
Chat
Ronnie call the B word,
BCC.
Kirsten?
Yeah.
Was it a fan or another alumni?
It was about a current contestant on Big Brother. I'm not going to repeat it because
okay.
he was wrong. To call
Wrong.
that.
He
Not
is
me
wrong for
looking it
that.
up.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
incorrect.
We'll get. I'll tell them to get out the spray bottle over on Chat BCC.
Thank
Ronnie.
you.
No.
Yeah. Come on.
Mm,
You're better than that, Ronnie.
I
Is
mean,
he?
come on,
I
Ron.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know him personally. So
I know that he brought Legally Blonde the musical as his CD for winning HOH, and that will always have a soft spot in my heart.
okay. Check it out. Chat BCC. Go to robswebsite.com/VIP chat, and then also thanks to our sponsor tonight, Manta Sleep. Get 10% off at mantasleep.com with the promo code RHAP27. Matt, what's coming up for you?
Rob, thanks for asking. Well, I mean, I always encourage people to go check out the evergreen content over on Pod Friends. The Pride has spoken. But Rob, on RHAP's Patreon, this is an announcement.
Oh,
In the next day or so, we're actually releasing a recording from a Patreon book club that we did with a bunch of RHP patrons for Parvati's book, Nice Girls Don't Win. You might have an appearance by Parvati there, Rob.
wow.
On the book club, a surprise appearance. So people could check that out over on the Patreon. But that's what's coming up for me. Otherwise, folks could find me at Matt Scott GW, wherever they are.
Yeah, that Derek had been pushing for a patron book club, and they read, everybody read the Nice Girls Don't Win a book, and Parvati stopped by, and maybe down the road when Taran's book drops, maybe for Stephen Fishback's book, the patron book club will continue.
Yeah,
Love
let's
it.
hope we could get them. I know scheduling might be tough, but we'll try.
Yeah. Now, Kirsten is an avid reader.
Yeah.
How many book clubs are you in?
I'm actually in no book
Oh.
clubs. I'm more of a lone wolf
A
when it
solo.
comes to reading.
Yes. Lone Wolf Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Kirsten, anything else coming up for you?
As always, mess magnets. Myself and Sasha Joseph talking pop culture, celebrity gossip, trending topics, all that good stuff.
Breaking
Check us
down
out
Chat
there.
BCC.
On Chat BCC, Taylor Swift has an album announcement, and
I
also
heard.
there's a lot going on. And you can follow me over at Kirsten Said What, and don't forget to pre-order Taran's book.
Yes. Check it
Yeah.
out.
I'm
Okay.
contractually obligated
it.
to plug that one.
You know, my copy is like happens to be out of arm's reach.
Just out of
so
reach,
It's like I have to
Sure.
get up to grab it.
Sure.
Check it out, TaranArmstrong.com for the book. And then we'll be back with you tomorrow night for our Big Brother 27 eviction episode. Pray, tell all the Etsy witches, pray for Keanu. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.